The US housing market in 2025 is shaky enough, but what if I told you some cities come with another risk? Living in one of the most dangerous places in America. Families think about schools, commutes, and affordability, but safety? That can make or break your move. Today, we're diving into the FBI's latest numbers to reveal the 10 most dangerous cities in the United States for 2025 and 2026. Number 10. Pueblo, Colorado. Pueblo might sound like a quiet Rocky Mountain city, but don't let the postcard views fool you. With a population of just over 111,000, this small city packs an outsized punch when it comes to crime. FBI reports show Pueblo consistently ranking high in property crimes, think burglaries, car thefts, and break-ins, alongside violent incidents that put it among the most dangerous cities in America for 2025. On paper, Pueblo looks affordable compared to Colorado's pricey neighbors like Denver or Boulder. The median home value sits around $290,000, and the average rent is $869. That's a bargain in a state where many cities have priced out working families. But here's the catch. Affordability comes with a trade-off. Residents often talk about locking everything twice, and local police have long struggled with high crime rates tied to economic decline and drug activity. The truth is, Pueblo is a city with grit. It has history as a steel town, a revitalized riverwalk, and a community that refuses to give up. But if you're thinking of moving here, know this. You'll save money on housing, but the cost of safety is something every family has to weigh. Number 9. Monroe, Louisiana. Monroe may not be a household name, but this small Louisiana city has earned itself an infamous spot on the danger charts. With a population under 50,000, Monroe feels more like a big town than a city. Yet the FBI crime reports tell a different story. Both violent crime and property crime rates here are shockingly high per capita, putting Monroe in the top 10 most dangerous places to live in America for 2025. On the surface, the affordability is tempting. The median home value is just $230,000, and the average rent hovers around $655 a month, practically a steal compared to national averages. But locals will tell you those savings often come with a price. Break-ins, thefts, and violent incidents are common enough that safety is a daily concern. Families moving here may find that cheap housing doesn't offset the cost of constant vigilance. That said, Monroe isn't without charm. It has Southern culture, bio beauty, and even serves as a hub for Northeast Louisiana. But the numbers don't lie. Crime here is persistent and widespread. Before you think about settling down in Monroe, ask yourself, is the bargain worth the risk? Number 8. New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans is world famous for jazz, Mardi Gras, and food that could tempt anyone to move here. But behind the parades and the party, the FBI crime data paints a much darker picture. With a population of about 363,000, New Orleans ranks among the most dangerous cities in the U.S. in 2025, thanks to high violent crime rates, particularly homicides, and property crimes that touch nearly every neighborhood. The housing market tells another story. The median home value is around $328,000, with rents averaging $915. On paper, that's not outrageous compared to many major U.S. cities. But families weighing a move quickly realize that safety is a key concern. Many residents talk about avoiding certain blocks after dark, and car break-ins are practically a running joke here. Still, this is New Orleans, a city with culture you won't find anywhere else. From the French Quarter to the Garden District, the atmosphere is electric. But the truth is hard to ignore. Affordability and lifestyle perks don't erase the reality of living in one of the nation's most crime-plagued cities. If you're thinking about moving here, know that you're not just buying into Mardi Gras, you're also buying into risk. Number 7. Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland is a city with grit, home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, die-hard sports fans, and a blue-collar spirit. But in 2025, it's also one of the most dangerous cities in America. With a population of nearly 365,000, Cleveland struggles with persistently high violent crime and property crime rates per capita, according to FBI reports. Shootings, robberies, and break-ins aren't isolated incidents. They're part of the city's daily headlines. From a housing perspective, Cleveland looks like a deal. The median sale price for homes in Cleveland over the last 12 months is $179,000, with average rents around $72. For families priced out of other metros, those numbers are appealing. But the affordability comes with a trade-off: safety. Many neighborhoods are caught in cycles of poverty and crime that make residents think twice before walking outside at night. Yet Cleveland isn't a lost cause. The city is working on revitalization projects. Its downtown has seen new energy, and Lake Erie offers a waterfront lifestyle at a fraction of coastal prices. Still, the crime numbers don't lie. Moving here means weighing affordability against risk and deciding if the bargain is worth the security concerns that come with it. Number 6. Alexandria, Louisiana. Tucked in the middle of Louisiana, Alexandria might look like a small, quiet city on the map, but the FBI's latest crime data says otherwise. With a population of just 43,000, Alexandria punches far above its weight when it comes to violent and property crimes. Pro capita, this city ranks among the most dangerous in the U.S. for 2025, a title that surprises newcomers but is all too familiar to longtime residents. From an affordability perspective, Alexandria appears attractive. Over the past 12 months, the median home sale price in Alexandria was $213,500, down 11% from the previous year, while the average monthly rent was just $642. Compared to the national housing crisis, these figures are nothing short of fantastic. But here's the problem. Affordable housing doesn't offset the loss of safety. Families here often live in daily fear of burglary, assault, and drug crime. Despite these challenges, Alexandria has a proud local culture. It's a hub for central Louisiana, with a growing art scene, riverfront events, and plenty of small-town southern charm. But crime overshadows the positives. If you're thinking about making Alexandria your new home, remember, the prices might draw you in, but the safety concerns could be what drive you out. Number 5. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit has been fighting to reinvent itself for years, and while downtown shines with new stadiums, trendy lofts, and a revitalized riverfront, crime continues to weigh heavily on the city's reputation. In 2025, Detroit still ranks among the most dangerous places in the U.S., with violent crime rates, especially homicides and assaults, well above the national average. Property crime, from car thefts to break-ins, also remains a persistent issue. With a population of about 645,000, Detroit isn't the massive industrial powerhouse it once was, but it's still the largest city in Michigan. Housing here is incredibly affordable compared to most U.S. metros. The median sale price for homes in Detroit over the last 12 months is $95,000, up 12% from the median home sale price over the previous 12 months, while average rent is $774. That's a fraction of what you'd pay in nearby Chicago, or even the suburbs around Detroit. But cheap housing doesn't always equal peace of mind. Many neighborhoods remain plagued by poverty, blight, and crime. That said, Detroit is resilient. The Motor City is home to passionate communities, iconic music history, and a growing tech and startup presence. Still, for families weighing a move, the hard truth is this: Detroit may offer bargain housing, but the cost of safety is something money alone can't fix. Number 4. Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore is a city of contrasts. On one hand, you've got the Inner Harbor, world-class hospitals like Johns Hopkins, and historic neighborhoods filled with character. On the other hand, Baltimore has long struggled with crime rates that keep it near the top of the most dangerous lists in 2025. The FBI data still shows Baltimore ranking high for violent crime, especially homicides and assaults, alongside persistent property crime issues. With a population of about 553,000, Baltimore is big enough to offer opportunity, but safety concerns loom large for families considering a move. The housing market is mixed. The median home value sits around $240,000, and average rent runs about $1,045. That looks manageable compared to nearby Washington, D.C., but affordability loses its shine when balanced against the risk of crime. To be clear, not every part of Baltimore is unsafe. The city has vibrant neighborhoods, strong cultural institutions, and dedicated residents fighting for change, but the statistics are hard to ignore. For people thinking of relocating, Baltimore represents a real dilemma. Do you take advantage of its affordability and location, or do you avoid the risks that come with living in one of America's most dangerous cities? Number 3. St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis might be famous for the Gateway Arch, baseball, and blues music, but it's also infamous for its crime rate. In 2025, St. Louis continues to rank near the top of the FBI's list of most dangerous cities in the U.S. With a population of just 269,000, the per capita numbers tell the story. Homicides, assaults, and robberies occur at levels far above the national average. Property crime, car thefts and burglaries in particular, only adds fuel to the fire. On the housing front, St. Louis looks like a seal compared to coastal metros. The median home value is around $240,000, and average rent comes in at just $1,130. For families searching for affordability, that's hard to beat. But affordability here comes with a catch: safety. Many neighborhoods still battle deep poverty, disinvestment, and crime rates that make headlines year after year. That said, St. Louis has its bright spots. The Central West End, Forest Park, and ongoing redevelopment projects showcase the city's potential. But the reality is unavoidable. St. Louis is one of the most dangerous places to live in America in 2025. Before moving here, families need to weigh whether cheap housing is worth the risks. Number 2. Oakland, California. Oakland sits right across the bay from San Francisco. And while it's known for its rich culture, diverse food scene, and deep-rooted activism, it also ranks among the most dangerous cities in America in 2025. FBI data shows that Oakland continues to struggle with high violent crime rates, homicides, assaults, and robberies, as well as a surge in property crime. Car break-ins and thefts have become almost routine, frustrating both residents and visitors. With a population of about 433,000, Oakland is no small town. It's a major urban hub in Northern California. But despite its crime issues, the housing market is anything but cheap. The median sale price for homes in Oakland over the last 12 months is $840,000, down 7% from the median home sale price over the previous 12 months. And average rent is over $2,000 a month. That's a steep price tag for a city where safety remains a daily concern. Families looking here often face a tough decision: pay sky-high costs and still worry about crime, or look elsewhere in the Bay Area. Oakland is undeniably vibrant, with a thriving arts community, proximity to Silicon Valley, and strong cultural identity. But the reality is clear: crime continues to overshadow its potential. In 2025, Oakland is proof that high costs don't always guarantee high safety. Number 1. Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis takes the top spot as the most dangerous city in America for 2025 to 2026. And unfortunately, it's not a new title. With a population of about 610,000, Memphis consistently ranks at the very top for violent crime rates per capita. Homicides, aggravated assaults, and robberies plague the city, while property crime remains widespread. For families considering a move, the FBI's data makes it clear: Memphis is a city where safety is a serious concern. Housing here looks attractive on the surface. The median home value is around $200,000, and average rent is about $1,028 a month, far cheaper than most U.S. metros. But affordability doesn't outweigh the risks. Many residents deal with safety worries daily, and some neighborhoods face challenges tied to poverty, gang activity, and underfunded public services. Still, Memphis isn't without heart. It's the birthplace of blues, soul, and rock and roll. It's home to Graceland, Beale Street, and some of the best barbecue in the country. But culture and history can't erase the crime stats. For anyone thinking about settling in Memphis, the choice is clear. The deals are real, but so are the dangers.